What's up, Primal Gang? I hope you're not vegan. Vegan like this girl right here.
So I'm vegan, and today I'm going to be trying out the carnivore diet. So if you haven't heard about the carnivore diet, it's kind of been going a bit wild on social media this year, and it's all about just eating meat, fish, eggs, cooking everything in butter, just like completely eradicating veg and carbohydrates, really, from your diet.
This is day 312, eating nothing but meat, eggs, and seafood.
The best 4 foods for beginners on a carnivore.
Oh, look at this, man. It just looks so sad. Why it's so black? It reminds me of like falafel or something.
Diet. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. My weekly food shop on a carnivore diet.
Here's what I eat on the carnivore diet.
What do you have for breakfast?
Strip loin.
What do you have for lunch?
But why so much muscle meat, man?
Strip loin.
The carnivore diet is basically all about keeping it simple by eating only animal-based foods. Beef, lamb, chicken, turkey. If it's an animal, you can eat it. What you cannot have fruits, veggies, anything of that nature.
I think it's a bit
It's a religion.
weird. I don't think it sounds very good. I don't think it sounds very healthy. And it doesn't sound very tasty either. But I am going to give it a go today in the name of a reset.
It's tasty, you just don't have to cook it. And yeah, you should have some fruit.
I feel like I need to try it to have a really good opinion on it. My name's Nicole, been vegan 17 years, and we're gonna give the carnivore diet a go, but in a vegan way. Yeah, we're just gonna put Sainsbury's.
In a vegan way. If you're a vegan, yeah, I challenge you to find one vegan meat that doesn't have seed oils. It doesn't exist. It just simply doesn't exist.
And stock up on our meats. See how much it comes to as well. I feel like this is gonna be quite an expensive diet. Fruit and veg really isn't like super expensive, and like chickpeas as well, stuff like that. Yeah, fake meat, it's not something I buy often, and I'm kind of scared of how much this shop will cost. Actually, right?
But man, it's not even a fair comparison, because some of the vegan meats are like, let's say what's the name, man? There was that veggie burger, okay? The patty of the veggie burger, it's basically just flour and potato starch and veggies. How is that? Okay, Beyond Meat and something with soy or whatever. Yeah, that kinda counts, like, but the other things are basically just veggies. And the same way, this also contains some type of potato starch or whatever. It's just so fake. And I remember vegan fish, it was basically rice. It was deep fried, like with breadings, rice and potato starch and vinegar, okay? And that was the vegan fish, okay?
Here I've got a few next prices, so I could get a Beyond Burger for £2.50. I've been really wanting to try this, but I feel like the stuffing is probably not allowed. I really wanted the juicy marbles, plant-based steak, but they've just, they're sold out. Can you believe that? £9 and it's sold out. Nearly £40 per kilogram and it's sold out.
It's sold out because they crave steak so bad. Just have it.
I actually got pretty decent next card discounts there. I got nearly £6 off. Yeah, it ended up being $11.70. I got the Richmond bacon, Oggs eggs. I feel like this is going to be the breakfast. I've seen a lot of people doing eggs and bacon for breakfast on this diet, so that seems to be the thing. And then spread out between lunch and dinner, I just really wanted to make sure I had variety. I don't know how hungry I'm going to be on this diet without carbs, so I might have overdone it. I got the Beyond Burger burgers, this isn't chicken thighs, and the Vera salmon fritters. And I was careful not to get anything like breaded or skin on. I really wanted it to be as like protein.
Oh, so no breaded. Okay. That's so interesting, man. Because basically the breading, it's some type of grains. Yeah, it's usually flour. And yeah, it's just flour, and it was deep fried in like seed oils. And yeah, because that would have carbs, but this also has carbs. The thing about the normal carnivore diet, that you are going to avoid carbs, but this has carbs and this has carbs because all plants, even soy, has some type of carbs. Okay, well, not all of them, not like green leaves have like a lot of carbs in it, but usually something like soy And potato starch, come on, if it has potatoes inside, how can you avoid it? It's impossible.
Teeny as possible. So yeah, I guess time for breakfast.
Okay, meal one is classic bacon and eggs.
I do not remember loving this, but apparently it is
What's in it? Water, sunflower oil, concentrated maize starch. There you have it. So whatever. It's gelling agent, flavorings, black sea salt, calcium carbonate, emulsizer, whatever, man. Lactic acid, black pepper, I don't know what, dehydrate, and beta carotene, which is toxic. Come on, man. Why would you have this? Okay, I'm actually curious how it's gonna look like. It's vegan eggs.
a World Plant-Based Taste Awards winner from 2021. So each serving should be 110 and you get 5.2 grams of protein per bit of egg, I guess. Meanwhile, my bacon, 3.7 grams of protein for every...
I think this video is just an excuse that she craves animal products so bad that she's just going to binge eat on vegan alternatives. I know this brand, Richmond. I tried their sausages. I would say, listen, I get it that it's not healthy or whatever, but somewhat they can make it like, they can fake it to taste like somewhat, when you put so many sauces on top and you put it in like a fresh bread or whatever, somewhat you can justify it that, okay, if you're like into cooked foods and whatever, somewhat you can justify it that, yeah, it's edible. But once you actually start eating steaks and all of that, it's just gonna make you feel better and you're never returning to trying this. You might try it if you're curious, but other than that, for me it was curiosity, that's all. But in terms of vegan bacon, come on, man, I bought that once and it was just very disgusting.
2 rashers. It seems like even if you're frying stuff, it has to be butter.
You're gonna need something to cook all your food in. So use Kerrygold.
Yeah, but that's seed oil. I mean, not this, what this guy was showing, what the vegan is showing.
I wonder if olive oil coming from olives is just too plant-based for this diet. I just feel like this is just the rejection of anything kind of vegan. It's the antithesis, right? So that's what we've got going for us. I think I'm gonna go 3 rashers. I'm gonna fry the bacon first and then I'll scramble the eggs in like the...
When you think about it, that it's actually not a piece of meat that was sliced, it was just some type of plant things and just layered on top of each other. When you think about it, yeah, it's not as appealing.
The bacony, buttery oil, I guess.
Yeah, there you have it. See these layers or whatever. They make it somewhat authentic, man. But yeah, they can't recreate nature. They would need to hire better artists to make these shapes, okay? Because it looks kind of fakeish, I don't know. Yeah, definitely it looks fake.
Yes, I feel like the Oggs need all the flavour they can get.
Yeah, if you're making it like super crispy and burnt looked, here it kind of looks like the real thing. Come on, it looks like bacon, and it was, yeah, here it looks definitely like the real thing. Oh my days, man.
It looked a bit pathetic.
Okay. Okay, it kind of looked like when you mix up the egg whites with the egg yolks like really well, and it turns out that light yellow thing, and yeah, it kind of looked like that. Okay, so it kind of looks authentic. I guess they add like some type of coloring inside, because you would get this taste without the coloring, but they need to add some type of yellow coloring to make you remember that you eat eggs.
Alright, here we go.
Come on, it even looks like that. Like, if I would say, if a person would just eat this, I would say that, yeah, this is not vegan, okay? Come on, it looks exactly like I said, when you mix up the egg whites with the egg yolks, and yeah, you you fry it a deep way, fry it that way.
This actually doesn't look too bad. Though I can't
Oh, it doesn't look too bad because it looks real.
help but feel like it would be vastly improved with a bit of bread or toast, but that's that. Probably the best dogs I've ever made. Does taste a bit better fried the bacon
She's disappointed because eggs definitely taste better.
butter blend. Don't hate it. The texture's actually pretty bare as well. I feel like I finally cracked the code to Oggs. And here's the bacon. This is Richmond. I feel like this is one of like the favourite brands from people who actually eat meat. Like the Richmond sausages, I hear great things about. Just tastes a bit greasy, to be honest. Tastes bacony though. I'd never liked bacon before I went vegan.
Yeah, because probably it has like a smoked flavorings add to it, and that somewhat can remember you of like smoked bacon or whatever. The thing about eggs, and when I was vegan, I kind of was a little bit sad. I was like, I'm never going to eat eggs again. Come on, you loved eggs so much. And that was the first thing that I had when I broke veganism, like 2 times. It was the first time, it wasn't like legit. But anyway, any vegan that would hear me, that I was wearing actually leather shoes and stuff, would say that, yeah, you're not a real vegan because you wore leather shoes. But in terms of diet, I was pretty strict.
As a kid, I was definitely more into my like sausages than my bacon. I ate it all. I'm satisfied. Not too bad so far. And then drink-wise, you are
Satisfied? No way. I mean, probably you feel a little bit full, and yeah, your body feels like you have something to digest. But when you kind of feel the taste of the eggs and all of that, your body is prepared. Here comes the nutrients. Finally, this vegan is no longer brainwashed and wants to have some real food. And when digests it, yeah, where are the nutrients? It's just seed oils and whatever. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. No bioavailable protein. It's just seed oils.
allowed a black coffee, and that is fortunate.
Be kind to all kind, and there's a dog face and whatever, some type of domesticated animal. I guess it's a cow. Oh my days, man.
How I take my coffee anyway.
I do drink coffee on the carnivore diet.
Oh, you drink coffee on carnivore diet. Why is that?
I like that I can still have coffee on this diet. Sorry, a little bit of a look change. I've had a shower, I've been writing my newsletter, but yeah, I am hungry and I'm ready to eat, and just sounds so plain. I think I'm gonna go with like the...
I wonder how many hours have passed by. Because if I would have that much, I wouldn't be hungry for like, I don't know how many. It depends on my activity level, but that's kind of little, but if I would just have like a normal portion, I wouldn't be hungry after breakfast for many hours, man.
The chicken, I'm really curious about that. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna cook both and see what happens and how I feel. I'm gonna put it in the oven. It says
show ingredients list. Yeah, just place here the ingredients list so I can read it.
to do it with a teaspoon of oil, so I might just put a little bit of butter on it. Oh, I thought it was like 2 big chunks. Oh
Oh my days.
Meaty. I don't love this. So this is 220 grams in all 4, and per 100 grams you get 17 grams of protein. So this
0
is about 35 grams of protein altogether. Wow, let's do all of them. A big mono meal. Why not? And I think I'll fry up some more of the oggs of it just for that change in texture, and then we'll see how much of it I get through, and anything I don't eat can be leftovers. That's fine. Probably a good point to talk about the elephant in the room, which...
leftovers after that, but it's not even satisfying. You can eat all of it and you're still gonna not be satisfied.
is that you can't really do a proper carnivore diet on a vegan diet. I am aware of that. I know there are limitations in this. Like, I think typically when you do this on a meat diet, it's like carb free as well, whereas this, for example, has 1.9 grams of carbs in it. So like,
exactly what I said.
it is very high in protein. I'm still experiencing that side of this diet, and it is still low carbs, but I don't know if it's going to be as low carb as a meat alternative would be. I think I'm really going to experience the mono taste movement. Oh, I forgot to put butter on those. Damn it, give me a sec. Back in.
Forgot some seed oil, it's not butter.
One thing I definitely can experience doing this is like how it feels to just eat meats for a day and abstain from like veg in particular. I feel like it's just going to taste like really greasy and heavy on my mouth, but we'll see how it goes. I just think it's a curious thing, a curious trend. I don't really know how many people are eating like this. I think it's an internet fad. I think a lot of people are like trying it out or maybe doing it for clickbait, but whether or not anyone's actually living like this and actually eating like this day to day, I feel like it wouldn't take long before one, you personally got fed up with it and felt sick, or two, you got like seriously unwell from it. Hopefully the algorithm keeps this videos to the vegans, but if you are on the carnivore diet and you do eat meat, I would be curious.
The only downside is that you are going to crave carbs, okay? And to be scared of, and chances are that you're not only gonna crave carbs, you're also going to crave grains and bread and all those things. And instead of just going for some fruit, you're going to probably go for a burger or whatever. And yeah, that's not too nice. Or pizzas or whatever.
To hear how long you've been on it for, whether or not like you do miss a bit more variety.
And of course, the other downside is the fact that you're cooking it. Most of the times they all just eat, even if they would eat organs or whatever, they all cook it.
Your foods, like, be sincere about it if you are in the comments. And if you're vegan, do you think you'd ever do a day full of fake meats? How do you think you'd feel on it? How many days do you reckon you could last eating like this? Oh wow, that smells like chicken. That's weird. I keep thinking I've made a lot of this egg and I really have not.
Yeah, it looks like chicken.
Oh my god.
On the outside it looks like some type of breading or whatever, but on the inside it kind of looks like the muscles.
I see why they need to leave.
But I know it's basically just like an oily what? An oily pastry. Like that's how I imagine this one.
But this isn't chicken. That is wild. Oh my god. Honestly, these are so good.
You wish it was wild. You wish it was some wild bird.
Really freaky though.
You know what would be a nice prank? To exchange these with something similar and make it like real chicken. And she would be like really tasty. Like I exchanged with real chicken and she has it and this is what she says.
Really freaky though. Honestly, I'm having quite a bit of fun.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's so nice to try out so many fake meats in one day. And I feel like I'm getting more substitutes in without being bogged down by like carbs and veg filling me up. Can't imagine it's particularly good for my health to only be eating these foods, but I'm actually not hating it as much as I thought I would.
Exactly. Normally you eat meat because you like it. And in this case, and you eat it and also because it's good for you. But in this case, it's absolutely not good for you to eat this.
That is crazy. I'm gonna have to buy some of this for my family. Even feels like it's got a bit of a skin on it, can you see? If I don't cook it myself, I feel like I'd have concerns. About 20 minutes after finishing that meal, I am feeling a little bit nauseous. Not like super, but I'm not feeling great. I might have overeaten, but I don't think that's it. I just feel like I'm like, Okay, so I'm about to head
Exactly, all those seed oils.
out for the evening, but before I go, I guess it's time to have another meaty meal. I've got my Beyond Burger, and I think I'm gonna have it with bacon, just to keep like a variety of tastes going. Otherwise, I feel like this can be quite a like bland way of living. Sorry, also, if you're noticing stuff like this, I am in a shared house share. That's not my milk. Yeah, this is 18 grams,
What did you say?
like bland
Oh, there you have it. There's the milk. Dairy Amy. Dairy Amy too.
a a variety of tastes going. Otherwise, I feel like this can be quite a like
Look, there's the milk.
bland way of living. Sorry, also if you're noticing
Okay, she's actually showing it.
stuff like this, I am in a shared house share. That's not my milk. Yeah, this is 18 grams of protein per bag.
But you're having some. Maybe you wake up, like, and sleepwalking, and you pour yourself a jar during night.
Burger. I am getting like mad protein in today. Mad butter as well. Yeah, I don't know if I'm showing my age here, but does anyone else remember the Atkins diet? That was so big in the noughties. I remember my dad doing it. I feel like it was quite popular with men because basically it was anti-carb. But yeah, the Atkins diet was basically eliminating carbs, focusing on protein and also vegetables. So it was a bit more balanced than the carnivore diet.
I would say in terms of veggies, yeah. It's basically carnivore diet with veggies and fruit. No, it's on, but that's like normal keto or whatever. Like it's not carnivore keto. Okay, so eliminating all carbs and eating only meat and veg, and that's more balanced. Like, what's the point of eating veg at all? Like, there's no point to eat that.
At the end of the day, when was the last time you heard anyone going on the Atkins diet? Like, I forgot about it until today because no one does it anymore because it's just not popular anymore because it didn't work. Wow, there's a lot of juices coming out of this burger. But obviously there is a huge appeal to a diet that tells you can lose weight and still eat like tons of meat. Like, people love meat. But unfortunately, a lot of meat is not very good for you. Red meat is
What? Oh yeah, sure. I heard the same thing. That's exactly what I was told. I don't know. Like, processed was group 1A and the other was group 2A. Exactly, this is what I've been told by a vegan on Threads.
classified as either probably or possibly carcinogenic, and processed meats are
Exactly. This is the exact same thing that vegans say, man. They say group 1 and group 2. I get it when it comes to processed meats because it can contain like things like meat glue and whatever, exactly what there are, like those chemicals to make it like thicker or whatever. Yeah, and sometimes they color it. Yeah, that's not nice to eat it. And when it was unprocessed, when it was just from the butcher and even from a healthy animal, the vegans actually consider it that causes cancer. How can it cause cancer? Come on, man.
classified as carcinogenics, which means that they can cause cancer, and your risk increases the more meat you have.
Yeah, something natural is going to cause you like cancer. Something that is natural to your, and you can digest it actually really well, and it makes you look good. That is going to cause you cancer. How about those seed oils? And how about having like a complete unnatural lifestyle and just eating a lot of grains, or whatever, man, or just living on sugar most of the time.
So a carnivore diet is really, really dangerous. It is really important for your health to limit the amount of meat you eat and not follow these trends which pretty much tell you what you want to hear, have a bit of shock factor to go viral. They don't care about you. They don't care about your health. They just want the views and the money that come from that.
Yeah, some of them, they are like that, and they are basically just scared of raw meat. And yeah, this is their way of coping, that they are cooking it, or they are somewhat cooking it. Or I would cook it if I couldn't get something safe. If I would end up like Magda, for example. I don't know, it never happened to me, but let's say I would get like an infection or whatever. I would be probably more concerned about buying it from the same place, or if that was my only choice, then I would cook it. That's the only way.
Like, look at this. You can't tell me that this looks healthy. Oh no. With real bacon.
But even the real one is not healthy. Like, even if this was real and you would just cook it until it looks black or whatever, yeah, that's also not good for you.
Do that. And I mean, just use a bit of common sense.
And that's some type of non-stick pan, by the way, and she uses a fork. because she likes the taste of Teflon. I could be wrong. Usually when it's black like this, it means it's Teflon. No, I'm not sure. It could be black paint, but even then.
Would real bacon do that?
And I mean, just use a bit of common sense. If a diet is telling you to eradicate fruit and vegetables, when we grew up being told
Eliminating fruit and vegetables, just eliminate the vegetables.
we should be having 5 a day, maybe that diet's not really looking out for you. Honestly, Atkins diet, but with no veg and more butter. Yeah, I think the biggest evidence I have for young people to know that the Atkins diet was a thing, it was kind of like the reason why Regina George was like, is butter a carb? Everyone hated carbs, and I feel like the big like villainization of carbs really was interlinked with the Atkins diet. And I love carbs. This hasn't been a bad way to spend a day without carbs, and I guess that might be the trick behind this. They're just trying to get people to find a way.
You should be picky about your carbs, because some carbs can really mess you up, especially grains, and especially something that is covered in pesticides, and there's no way for you to get rid of it like completely, not like completely, but let's say you're eating as it is and you can't just wash it off. There's nothing to peel off, you're just eating directly what it was sprayed upon it.
To give up carbs because it's easy to villainize carbs and tell you that's why you're not skinny, and apparently everyone wants to be skinny. Yeah, I'm quite sad I haven't gotten around to cooking the
I don't think they want to look skinny. I think they just don't want to look as inflamed, and they don't want to have that bloated face, and they don't want to have they just don't want to have all these bad shapes that come from seed oils. And there's also brainwash going on that you should have 6 packs no matter what. Like you should have 6 packs in order to look good, but yeah, that's not the case at all. What you need is an attractive face and and somewhat a good physique, like good genetics. That's what you actually need.
the fish shape. I'll make sure to include it in my next what I eat in a week so that you guys can actually see it in action. Plus, like, I bought it, it does need to be eaten. I will say though, as far as like the experience has gone, I thought like my tongue would be aching by now. I really thought I'd find this super unpleasant, and I haven't really. And beyond that, I would just say it's a really easy way of cooking. Like, I haven't had to cut and prep any veg. My time in the kitchen has been very, very quick, and I've
My time is even quicker because I just open up the package and eat it straight away.
haven't had to have a big plate of meal to feel full. It's taken like a little amount of food to really fill me up. So I do see the appeals. It's not all doom and gloom. This has been a lot more interesting than I thought it would be. But yeah, I definitely do not recommend the carnivore diet. Yeah, I just feel like this diet's bizarre, and it just feels like a way for people to dig at vegans. Yeah, it's just, it just feels antagonizing and annoying and just like a bit of a fuck you to vegans rather than anyone sincerely doing it for their own health and benefit. It's been fun to cover, it's been fun to explore, and hopefully we'll just see this fad disappear ASAP. But yeah, thank you for joining.
It won't disappear because first of all, look up at Steak and Butter Girl and see her skin quality, and she literally chugs down lots of butter, and she literally eats like sticks of butter. And someone told me in the comment section that they got obese from the carnivore diet, like just eating meat. How is that even possible, and why it doesn't happen to Steak and Butter Girl? She actually chugs down like sticks of butter, like crazy, and nothing happens to her. By now she should be like a sumo, but that's not the case at all.
Thank you for hanging out with me another week, and I hope to see you again next week. Hit subscribe and like, and yeah, see you again soon. Bye. Mwah.
Yeah, thanks for watching.